Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be my recruiting timeline slash my baseball journey timeline from when I started practicing to now, to current day. There will probably be one video today and then one video tomorrow, along with two videos on Sunday. So a lot of videos for the next few days. And so today's video is going to be the timeline. Tomorrow's video is going to be a game used now because I pitched with it in my crappy start on Wednesday to give another review on the SSK. But for right now, we're going to do the recruiting journey. So first, as a kid, I was never really interested in baseball. It was always on, so it was just like a normal occurrence. But in June of 2016, we went to a Cleveland Indians Atlanta Braves game, and we did that, and I thought it was really cool. I think I did some video watching of baseball in that time, and me and my dad would always go throw out in the backyard, whatever. And then on April 23rd of 2017, I picked up a bat for the first time, and that's when I knew I wanted to play baseball. And so that's the starting date, April 23rd, 2017, which is really cool when it gets down the timeline. Then we went from Montgomery to Houston after moving back to Fort Walton Beach. We went to Houston, and July 13th of 2017 was when I first started wanting to be a pitcher. So that was pretty cool. And then this is completely on topic, but not on topic. April 2nd is when Shohei made his debut. I'm not going to make this about Shohei, but it's mainly he kickstarted the fire to me wanting to be a two-way player. So, yeah. And, excuse me if my stomach sounds like that, I haven't eaten yet. June 1st, 2018, I got my first few pieces of equipment. I got it in Lancaster, California, my hometown, mainly, my hometown, so originally where I'm from. My grandma gave it to me, or got it for me, which I'm thankful for. I think I still have the bat, but I haven't used it in a game. There's footage of it in my commitment video and that was my original bat. Through 2018 and 2019, I couldn't find a team, one, and two, I couldn't find time to get cleared, because whenever I want to play a sport, not only do I have to do my physical, I have to get a cardiologist's approval, and usually that comes with a stress test and all that shit, and it's just a huge issue, and we couldn't get it scheduled, and it was just a big thing. December 4th, 2018 was my first baseball video that I uploaded. It's not on this channel. I could probably re-upload it if I wanted to, but most of my baseball videos from 2018 are gone. It's in my photos, but I haven't uploaded it. April 2nd, 2019. The first 2 days of April of 2019 sucked, dude. April Fool's Day, I got the handshake thumbtack prank or whatever it's called. So I got that the first day, and then the next day, on April 2nd, I broke my right wrist playing soccer, and that took me out for a few months, and then um, and then from 2018 to 2019, uh, when I was back on when I was back being fine, I always practiced every day, whether outside or inside, from batting cages to outside work to catching drills to fielding drills, da da da. So more or less, I have uh, practiced pretty much every day, if not every day, from 2018 to 2019 at least. Uh, then in February 4th of 2020, I moved to Italy for the first time. Uh, Pretty cool experience. I was going to play. Uh, I think the middle school had a team. No, I don't remember, but it was going to be pretty cool to see how competition was from all around the world, or at least Europe. And then February 7th, we had the form and we had signed up for baseball. I don't think we paid for it yet. And hopefully we didn't, because February 21st, Italy shut down due to COVID. So that was a whole thing, but I was able to still keep my work, keep doing my work for baseball. So that was pretty good. Um, August 13th, 2020, about mid July to August 13th. August 13th is when I got shut down. My left elbow had some issues, and it just it was a whole thing, and I kept hitting. So uh, so that set me back a little bit. But on September 1st, 2020, I was back to pitching. However, whenever I pitched, I had to have a arthritis type brace that had like two padded things right here on my elbow. So that's that. Sometime in September, so late September, early October time frame of 2020, I faced Army guys in live ABs, and when I say this, it's not like they were professionals because they were stationed in Italy on that base. But I was able to face grown adults who were in the Army that had baseball experience, who probably played high school or college baseball, and uh, I did fairly successful with them. But uh, I think I gave up like 5 hits out of like 10 at bats. So not terrible, not good, but for someone who was still coming back from an injury, I think it was all right. Moved back to Houston in November of 2020, and December 26th of 2020, I filmed my prospect video at DBAT Humble. Didn't release for another 3 days, and it released on December 29th. 2020 was probably the struggle year. And then January 21st of 2021, I didn't make the high school team. So that was another issue that I had. At that point, I had wanted to I wanted to do something new at that point. And then in February of 2021, my left elbow was injured again, and I decided to become ambidextrous. So, so mostly it was on my own thinking that I wanted to do something different. On the other side, it was part of injury. So it's an injury and decision making. Da 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 da. March 12th, 2021, first right-handed pitching session. That was my first pitching lesson as a right-handed thrower. I was terrible at that point, but it was a work in progress. And then from February to April, I was rehabbing my elbow, my left elbow, and on April 22nd, uh, I made the first ambidextrous pitching lesson video that I have on my account. Uh, and then you can pretty much follow the journey through there. Um, July 18th of 2021 was my first organized pickup game. It has an asterisk next to it because it was a softball game and da da da. Say what you must. But it was my first organized game and it was fun. I will say I missed 2021. And yeah, so went back to Italy in 2021 and then came back to Houston in 2021 again. A lot of moving. Um, so, January 22nd, 2022, I was rejected again from the high school team, which at that point I didn't really care about trying out anymore because I knew what I had and I knew what my skills were. I hadn't uh, I hadn't really disclosed any details, but I knew how much work I put in, and that obviously wasn't being shown to that. Another thing was it was absolutely ridiculous. They, which I guess I get for Texas, but whatever. They made you run a mile for your tryout, which it's a whole thing. Why should as you can see, it's frustrating that shit to me. Why would you waste that tryout time and make it 2 days? Never mind. So, March 20th, 2022. At that point, I was 1 year in of the ambidextrous journey. I was rejected by a select team. I'm not going to say the select team, but I was rejected by them, and I think we played them a few times, which is pretty funny. We lost, but I did what I could try, at least in the second season. First season, I was trash. And then April 24th, I made my first team, my first select team, uh, which was really cool because looking back, April 24th, exactly 5 years after I started practicing, which is super cool to me. But yeah, made my first select team, and yeah, so that was pretty cool. I'm glad that I was able to do that. And one thing I didn't throw in here was the Northwest Florida camp. It was after, so we have one more before that. So June 4th was my first ambidextrous start, which was my first pitching start, like ever. And I got at least one strikeout on each hand, which was pretty cool. Yeah, and then June 7th was the Northwest Florida State College camp. The only reason why I'm wearing this shirt is because it's comfortable, and it's where I hope to be at someday. If I play good enough at Ottawa to play at that school. It is still my dream school. Not putting Ottawa out, but it is still my dream school because it's in the city I grew up in. So I had that camp. It was fun. Obviously, nothing happened. Well, it wasn't a camp. It was a tryout, but it was pretty iffy. But it was fun to see the field that I had dreamed about playing on for the last 2 years, and yeah, it was a pretty cool experience along with visiting Fort Walton Beach again. Nothing really happened throughout July and August. Um, September 18th, my face injury, where I got hit in the face. Um, to anyone new who watched that video or watched the 2 minute video of me being bad, um, I did have a play on it. It didn't look, because of how the camera was angled, it looked like I could completely missed it. And I apologize to my pitcher and catcher who reacted like that. That's my fault. Uh, but the story was that I was fielding it. It was like right here. It hit off my glove and then hit me in the face. So you can't really do much about it. And I had a 12-inch glove at the time, so it wasn't the glove size. But it was a whole thing. But I came back. Um, 4 days later. I came back 4 days later. I don't know how successful I was with not getting a concussion or anything broken. But I came back 4 days later. They didn't really do any tests. They just like, oh, cool, you got hit in the face. Get out. That's pretty much what they did. Came back September 22nd. Did pretty good for the rest. Well, I did good for 2 games, and then I grounded out each time. Pitching was fine, and then I had that one practice, those 2 practices, which I felt the best I've ever felt. So October 30th and September shit. Sorry. September. I can't math. September 25th was when I had that first practice back. So now, December 10th, we're out of the Porter house. We're out of the Houston house. We're living in an Airbnb in downtown Houston. And you know, we had we had this full tournament, both the Armadillos and CSB. I decided to go with CSB, at least first off because of how Coach Tim was coaching. And yeah, so this is the part where the commenter who wanted the recruiting story wanted this, so this is the part that I want. December 10th was the CSB tournament. We played 2 games. I did terrible in both of them, both on the mound and in the box. I played first base, which was pretty cool. But pitching I did bad. At least in the first game, I gave up a grand slam, which I'm not too proud of. Which I'm surprised by how I did that I still got scouted. Because believe me, I'm not wanting to show anyone any highlights from that entire thing. I struck out like all the times at bat. I didn't put the ball in play. I caught like one grounder at first, or I fielded another ball that was fielded by the shortstop at first, and then I played outfield some. But I had one strikeout left-handed, but I don't want to go to college as just a single arm thrower. Obviously my left arm is better, but I don't want this to happen again. I don't want to be sidelined again. And even now my left shoulder kind of sucks right now. But I'm kind of just throwing it through the pain. So the CSB tournament ended. got to say goodbye to a few friends. It was raining, so the next day I was thinking of going to the Armadillo showcase, but they got canceled out. I woke up too late for the CSB tournament, which I guess says some things about me, but it also means that, or it also, because we didn't know if we were going to play that on Sunday. So they announced they were going to play at like 6 a.m. So that's another thing. And then Coach Tim said we got canceled on December 11th. So we said, you know what? We have nothing else here to go. So we moved to Ohio. Um, so yeah. First day in Ohio was pretty cool. On December 12th, so like my first full day in Ohio, I think I woke up at like noon. Because we drove all the way from Houston to Ohio in like 16 hours, and we got there at like 5 a.m. It was terrible. Um, December 12th, a coach from Ottawa reached out. This was very unexpected. Uh, I knew that I did bad. I knew that I did terrible at the tournament showcase thing, and I felt like I needed another gap year because that's what I was planning to do. I was going to take a gap year, because obviously with the new graduation requirements for this state, um, I knew that I was going to be graduating this year on time. That I said I'm gonna take a gap year and work on my body and um, work how I throw and all that. And then uh, and then this came out. Uh, I I was like, cool. I submitted the form that he wanted me to fill out, and we set up a date. And I first visited Ottawa on February 4th. It was a pretty cool experience. Their gym is huge. I do like that gym. Um, the There was a double header on that day, which was pretty cool. They walked it off the second game, and they won both games, but they walked off the first one, which was pretty cool. Uh, so yeah, first visit to Ottawa was pretty cool. Uh, After talking with the coach, I said, "Hey, I'm gonna commit. Final decision." And so I posted about it on February 20th, 2023, and um, and I was committed to Ottawa. Uh, Nobody took it seriously, but well, other than close friends who knew how much work I put in. So, like I said in the comments, this story isn't really exciting, but it is pretty cool because I had questions about it in 2020 on how like people got committed and all that. Just communicate to your coaches and all that, and then uh, yeah, so committed on or committed around February 20th. Uh, so we were setting up a date on March 12th to go back to Ottawa to sign my NLI because I wanted to do it at their facilities. Um, but something came up on the 3 year. Uh, but something came up, and yeah, I was wanting to do it on March 12th because it was the second year I became ambidextrous. But April 7th, 2023, we got it done, and my NLI was signed. So that brings us to today, where currently in rec, I am. What is it? I had one hit. Shit, I am 2 for 8 with like 3 walks on the year. Pitching, I have 4 strikeout. No, I have 6 strikeouts. Yeah, I have 6 strikeouts on the mound in uh, in 5 innings. Um, I'm doing all right. Obviously, I hope that I can do better, but yeah. So I think that's where I'm gonna end it right here. Sorry if it was a bit of a slow video, but yeah. Thank you for watching. I'll get the SSK video filmed here in a few minutes, and I'll get this one up. So if you're seeing this, this one should already be as a premiere. If not, in maybe a day or so. So yeah, thank you for watching, and goodbye.